Stand on standard. Stand on standard. Because that's what's going to keep you in this evil world. That is what's going to keep you in this evil world. That is what's going to keep you out of trouble. Keep you away from the wrong people. Repel the wrong people away from you. Stand on standard. Don't lower your standards, but stand on them. Don't lower them because other people don't have the substance to match it. They don't have the substance, meaning they don't have the character. They don't have the heart, the mindset. Their very being does not meet your standard. So if they don't meet your standard, don't lower it to try to accommodate them. Because in lowering your standard, you have just changed yourself. You've just altered yourself to accommodate that which is toxic. When people are not willing to transform, or if they are not already who they should be, I'm hearing in my mind, be a part of your life or a part of your circle, they're not worth being there. They're not worth, rather, they're not worth you having them there. And they're not worth being there either because their value is beneath yours. Their value is low. They are low value people. So you don't lower your value to become that which you are aspiring to get away from. A lot of you may be in situations where you're trying to get away from toxic people, toxic environments, perhaps toxic home environments. You don't try to get away from something that is beneath you and then meet something else and that's beneath you, but you're going to lower your standard to accommodate that which you have just met. Then you may as well go back to the environment that you came from. If you're trying to get away from something and then you're going to accept something else into your life that is just like what you're trying to get away from, you have not accomplished anything. That's moving backwards. No, you must continue to move forward. Even if you have to move forward solo. If you have to roll solo, then do so. But I guarantee to you, I don't know why I can't get my words out today. I guarantee to you that you will be keeping your standards. I guarantee you that. We live in a world now where it is beyond toxic. It is beyond disgusting. It is beyond deplorable. And there's so much bad energy out there and all this attitude that people got. If their lives are a living hell, that's not your problem. But people, of course, will take their anger out on other people. And, I think we've all done that at some point. Yeah, we all have. But for those that have elevated their way of thinking, knowing that as a man thinketh, so is he. And if you keep pushing hard enough and long enough, you will eventually accomplish your goal. Don't lower your standard to go back to the way of thinking that you used to have, as far as allowing your environment to impact you in such a way that it alters you, instead of repelling it, basically. Not allowing anything, just repelling it. And the way that you repel it is that you continue to focus on God, continue to focus on you. Because that which is not of God and cannot identify with you will eventually fall off anyway. See, that's the thing about Jesus. Having Jesus in your life, having Jesus in your life, it allows you to you're automatically in a position where those things that don't agree with you fall off. It's kind of like burning off impurities. The refiner's fire. The refiner's fire is to refine you, but it's also to burn off that which is not a part of God nor you. So, case in point is this. If you have toxic people around you or in your life right now, or trying to get into your life, it is the refiner's fire. Come on now. It is the refiner that will literally, figuratively speaking perhaps, burn away those impurities. Don't you know toxic people are impurities? When you are a pure person, if you are a pure-hearted person and you're dealing with toxic people, then you are a pure-hearted person dealing with impure people, meaning people that have impurities. So that alone is not going to be able to walk together. There's no agreement there. If you're somebody that has morals and standards and integrity, and you're trying to adjoin yourselves to people that don't, that's not going to work either. So that's why I say, you're better off just being alone than having toxins around you. There's nothing wrong with you being alone out there. Nothing. As long as you can eat and take care of yourselves, the best way that you can, there's nothing wrong with that. People act like they validate you. People act like that you have to have their company in order for you to have, gain, or maintain value. And I know the devil to be a liar. Like, oh, well, if you don't have us around you, then you don't have any value. I know the devil is a liar. I know the devil is a liar. Your value comes from God Almighty, and I don't know of nowhere else it will come from, because there is nowhere else for it to come from. But we live in a world now where people act like, oh, well, because, and it's always been this way. Oh, if you're not in our group, if you're not, it was that way in high school for a lot of you, perhaps. Oh, well, a lot of you felt like, oh, well, you were ostracized by your peers. Don't you know that's a blessing? Look at your peers. Look at these folks. I mean, come on now. Let's get over the whole thing where people act like you have to belong to a group or something. Look at the people that ostracized you. Now ask yourselves, did you really want to be around those folks? No. So they ostracized you, and so you know, in hindsight, you should have ostracized them if you didn't. But it's okay if you didn't. Because a lot of people, it really affected them by being rejected by their peers, and then other people were like, I didn't want nothing to do with you in the first place. So everybody's different. But if you were the type of person, it greatly affected you, because a lot of people do want to be accepted. And then a lot of people are just born loners. They don't care if you like them one way or the other. And that's how I am. I'm a born loner. It's not that I haven't hung out with people or that I don't have fun hanging with people. But if I'm alone, I'm good also. People don't validate me. People don't tell me who I am. They don't, I look at it this way. I don't fall under titles. I don't fall under, as far as people trying to tell you, you're this, you're that, how can I put it? Like, how in high school people, people put people in different categories. I don't think it's like that now, because the words are so different than it was, this whole world now is just screwed up. But, you had your jocks, you had the cheerleaders, you had your quote-unquote so-called in-group. Then you had the ones that were considered the nerds, and then you had the ones that were considered the rebels and the outcasts and the heavy metal this and the heavy metal that. And, they didn't dress like everybody else, and they didn't wear their hair like everybody else. Their hair maybe was kind of long, and, they put people in categories. But what I'm saying is that just because somebody puts you in a category doesn't mean you have to be in one. Then, you had the one that they considered the popular girl. Then, you had the ones that they considered the popular dude, and, this, that, and the third. You know what? It's all man-made. It has no real foundation. It has no real substance. And a lot of people really buy into that. Oh, I must really be this, that, and the third because this group of people said da-da-da-da-da. Let me tell you guys something. I don't let nobody validate me but God. God tells me who I am, and I tell myself. And that's it. That's it, and that's all. Like the TV show that used to be on TV goes. That's all she wrote. Okay? So, anyway, maybe there's somebody out there today, you are allowing other people to define you and tell you who you are. Well, to each his own, but I wouldn't. Because whoever builds you up can tear you down. Whoever gives you a name that can brand you. They're trying to brand you. People want you to identify with what they call you, whether if it's good or bad. They want you. If it's good, that's fine. But if it's something bad, 9 times out of 10, it might be something bad because people lie. They lie on that which they hate. They lie on that which they are jealous of. They lie on that which they are envious of. And a lot of you, that's pretty much the type of spirit that you've always had following you. people that are just ate up with jealousy. And it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just that you are somebody that is obviously a phenomenal person. And phenomenal people attract a lot of jealousy. And some of the people that you attract will be good, some will be bad. And if you attract those that are bad, don't lower your standards just because they can't meet them. And that can apply to relationships or anything. Don't lower your standard, my sister, because some of these men out here can't meet it. Don't lower your standard, my brother, just because some of these women out here can't meet it. Now, I utilize the term some because I'm not going to say say it's everybody, no, because everybody's different, and there are some decent people in this world, believe it or not, there really are. But when the bad appears to outweigh the good, it's so easy to throw everybody into the same classification, and you can't do that. I mean, you can, but that wouldn't be right to do, because not everybody's the same. You have to judge people according to who they are. Even when God judges us as humanity, he's going to judge every man according as his work shall be, or her work. God is not going to judge somebody because of what somebody else did. No, because they didn't do it. So why should they be held liable? So anyway, I'm just saying, you guys, I wouldn't lower my standards. The world has changed greatly. It's almost like, it seems like this world is strange to me now. It's very, for me, I don't know about you guys, but the world that we live in now is strange. I don't identify with it. It's not familiar to me. Even as far as human interactions, it's just not familiar to me, because I remember a time when, people were different, and you would see people perhaps out on dates, and they just acted laid back, regular, and normal, And now, and I know there are other contributing factors going on, as far as political matters and things going on, in the world that, probably were not so prevalent, a long time ago, or even a couple of years ago, a lot of people dealing with a lot of personal matters, and that can, bring down a person's spirit as well. But you just got to hold on. You just got to hold on, and that doesn't mean you should lower your standards. You got to focus on Jesus Christ, who is really in control of everything. If God wanted to, he could really reverse everything. But he's not going to do that, because that would be interfering with our free will and even his own will, to be honest, in a way, because once God sets something in motion, it has to run its course. So even as humanity, we have to run our course. We don't know if we will be the generation to for the rapture or not. A lot of people don't believe in the rapture. To each his own. I'm not going to get angry at somebody because they don't believe what I believe. If they get angry at me because I don't believe what they believe, I really don't care. Everybody got to make it in for themselves. If you want to go to heaven, you got to make it in for yourself. And, you can't live on the straight and narrow with toxic people around you, because they're going to cause you to lower your standard, and when you lower your standard, how is that going to affect your relationship with God if you have one? And if you don't have one, how is that going to affect you as a person as it pertains to your character? So, because a person could be a sinner, but, still have standards. Even, for a lot of us, before we really decided to walk with Christ, we had standards. I know I've always had standards. I've always had very high standards. But my thing is this: when you give other people the benefit of the doubt, and when you compromise too much, and when you look at people as being, ain't nobody perfect. See, that you know what? Let me tell you, that little phrase right there has messed a lot of people up. Oh, everybody ain't perfect. We know everybody ain't perfect. But that does not mean you need to lower your standard for somebody that ain't trying to meet it. If you are a high value woman or man out there, and you have your standards, as you should have, and there's somebody, that wants to be your friend or into your life or whatever, for whatever other reason, like relationship, marriage, whatever, if that individual is not willing to work on his or herself to win you over or be a part of your life, let them go. Because the only thing a person like that is going to do is come in and change you.